Hello friends, welcome to your channel Market Update. I hope you and your family are doing great during this pandemic. So this video is all about Yes Bank analysis. We had seen Yes Bank has its 52-week hike in December 2020, which was 20 rupees plus, and now in August it has reached a lowest of 10 rupees 50 paise. Everyone was just worried about Yes Bank, but Yes Bank is now doing great, and again Yes Bank reached to a high of 15 rupees 5 paise. So let's discuss about all the analysis why the Yes Bank is struggling and all the reasons that how Yes Bank will perform and why it is not performing really well. So if you are new to my channel, please support me, like, share and subscribe this channel so that I can bring genuine news directly to you. We bring you the Yes Bank's front page. We can clearly see one thing: Yes Bank is moving at 13 rupees 25 paise figure on Friday, where share has a reach of high of 14 rupees 50 paise and the lowest of 12 rupees 95 paise. So overall day, if you can see that it has a return of minus 9.86, which is not a good sign. But if we compare it from the performance of Yes Bank, the way it was performing, because we haven't seen some sort of momentum with Yes Bank, and yet on Friday Yes Bank shows that kind of momentum. Share has a hike off at the starting of the day, and moving on share shows some sort of fluctuation and reach a bottom line of 12 rupees 95 paise, and again it gains a good hike in the market and share moved on to 13 rupees 25. So this is why this share has shown a good correction on the very Friday. And talking about 1 week of performance, we can clearly see one thing, that this share has a hike of 15 rupees 5 paise and lowest of 10 rupees 90 paise. Overall, if we can consider 20.81% of momentum, which is really good for Yes Bank, because Yes Bank haven't seen such a sort of momentum. And at the starting of this week, Yes Bank has the lowest, and again it start to move on to this zone of 10 rupees to 11 rupees. But if we consider it in within a month, we can clearly see that this entire time we had seen Yes Bank was just moving with a figure of 10 rupees to 11 rupees. But within last week we had seen a huge surge, and this is why the performance of within 1 month moved to 18.6 on the same support zone again, which is really good. And later on, with this after this month of performance, we can clearly see there was no good hope with Yes Bank. But talking about the fundamentals, this company is really good and doing really nice job. The after we have this Prashant Kumar working for this company. The person has worked entirely, and they work keeping the factor in the mind that overall the nation is under the competition. All the banking sectors are under pressure and they are facing huge competition. So we already seen the scams just because of these scams the, done by Rana Kapoor. So this bank is facing a lot of issues, but it's now at this moment of time everything is good with Yes Bank, and Yes Bank is recovering really well. And one more thing that is good about Yes Bank, it's like the share is still really cheap when it compares to its sector, and this is why I would recommend Yes Bank for a long term period. Yet if you do have holding of Yes Bank, you will continue to hold it. And if you are looking for to buy new share for Yes Bank, I would suggest please go through with your financial advisor and invest that much of amount that you would have this stamina to bear any sort of short-term period loss or long-term period. But for this long term, I'm one thing bullish about this Yes Bank. This will achieve a good hike. Well, the initial target for the Yes Bank should be 20 rupees to 25 rupees, because we know the equity amount of 10 rupees is really low, and having revenue at this rate will really low for the Yes Bank. That's why we are seeing this sort of momentum, and Yes Bank will give you momentum with a very slow rate. When it achieves its first target of 20 rupees to 25 rupees, then we will may see some sort of surge. After that, the momentum will gain a high, but this will take time because the way this share has been down, this share has a lifetime hike of 400 plus and then reached down to below to 5 rupees. So this is why the share has worked tremendously. And good part for this share is SBI has already 30% of stakes with Yes Bank. We also have LIC already invested in Yes Bank with 5% of investment. I will show you the data as well. But before that, I would like to show you the financial trend of Yes Bank. This is kind of financial trend that for Yes Bank we all were looking for, because we have a good revenue, but when it comes to profit, it started to decline from 2018 to 2020. But if we compare in 2021, we had seen a good positive sign for Yes Bank, yet still in negative zone. But positiveness is like this share has a huge loss when it came into 2020. This reached to 16.43 thousand crore, and they have recovered well, and now their overall loss goes to 3.49 thousand crore, which is a good sign for Yes Bank, because recovering this much of amount, recovering this much of loss is really good. And one thing is good about that, within the past 10 quarters, Yes Bank has given last quarter result, which is really good, with a profit of 206.68%, I think, which was somewhere around 207 crore, which is really good for Yes Bank, because from the past 10 quarters, Yes Bank was struggling really hard to achieve, looking for any sort of profit. And after 9 weeks, uh, 9 quarters, Yes Bank has finally achieved their quarter with a profit. So if this kind of profit continues to for 3 to 4 quarters more, then definitely we will see a good surge in Yes Bank. And now I will take you for a reason why Yes Bank is still struggling in the market, yet when everything is good with, in terms of fundamental, everything, company is working really tirelessly to achieve good goals in the market. MD Prasant Kumar is also working very hard for this company, and they're coming up with multiple ideas. Initially, he said directly no to providing any sort of corporate loans or any big loans which may cause some loss for the company, and he was just looking for any sort of way where he can directly just earn profit. He was looking to stay away from any sort of conflicts right now, and started to build up uh, multiple deals with other companies. They had signed multiple of partnership with multiple companies like for two-wheeler loans, and we have India Bulls, Kia Motors. So there are multiple industries where Yes Bank has been partnership with to work hand in hand so that they can get profit. Still having this much of work done by the Yes Bank is struggling in the market because of the operators games. We all know when we have some sort of positive news related to Yes Bank, there not for 1 days, we will not we these news will not stay for more than 1 day. And once the so I was referring about how the news are trending in the market related to Yes Bank. Why Yes Bank is struggling after having such a positive impact in market and positivity in market. So Yes Bank always have some sort of good news on every second, third, fourth day, but we also have some negative news which has nothing to do with Yes Bank, and these kind of news are completely related to Rana Kapoor and the frauds done by them. So if it is related to their daughter and wife's custody, and maybe related to the her Rana Kapoor's wife gifted her 9 months old grandson 40 crore of bungalows. So this sort of news are creating lots of noise in the market, and they are creating a huge impact on Yes Bank. So having a good news related to Yes Bank, like partnership with Kia Motors, India Bulls, or two-wheeler loans, they doesn't stay longer. But impact of these positive news doesn't stay longer. But negative news always lead in the market. I will show you some example of these. Okay, so when you Google related to Yes Bank news, so this is the first news that I am showing right now. This is Yes Bank THFL case, Rana Kapoor's wife, daughter remanded to judicial custody. Now, this sort of news are always creating negative impact on retailers. And what I was referring about, now you can see throughout the entire page is full of the same news, and everything has the same news. There was nothing, there was no column regarding how the Yes Bank has reached to 15 rupees and what would be the future. But whenever we have any news related to Rana Kapoor, the entire page was completely filled up with the same news, which is now in a condition which has no, and which has nothing to do with Yes Bank right now, because this person is already being fired with the Yes Bank. The person has already been through with the all those bad loans. Now Yes Bank in a complete recovery form. Now whatever the loans, whatever the bad loan they will recover, it will be a positive for Yes Bank. Yet this is a kind of loss for Yes Bank. But now Yes Bank in a situation where they are recovering well, and Yes Bank has already announced its ARC to be in the market to collect their loans by themselves. They are not looking for bank bad loans they're not looking to rely on bad bank loan, because they are looking to recover their money by themselves. So this is what the Yes Bank are doing right now. So what I would like to show you the shareholding pattern of Yes Bank. We can clearly see State Bank has 30%, life insurance already have 4.99%, ICICI Bank Limited has almost 4%, Paytree India 2.7%, which has been reduced from its 6% of holdings. Axis Bank have 1.96, which is almost 2%. Qualified institutions by 1.58, SGFC Life. So these are the company they had already invested in Yes Bank, and now they haven't sell their single share. And talking about the mutual funds, which is really good for the figure for Yes Bank, we can clearly see one thing: not a single month has left for when mutual fund houses doesn't invested in Yes Bank. And the reason why these mutual fund houses are buying this share, because they know the caliber of Yes Bank. And another thing about the this much of mutual fund houses say, purchasing, this is just because all the retailers are getting panic because of the news in the market, and they start to sell their shares. And all these mutual fund houses took the advantage of this. I will show you the data of July. You can clearly see we had a good sign of mutual fund houses purchase regularly. We can clearly see that most of the houses they had just purchased. Very few, like Nippon has just sold out their 11.45, but yet we have multiple who were just looking for purchase only. When it comes to August, we still see there is no sign of sale. Every single mutual fund had just bought, and they had just increases their mutual funds. So this is why I was considering Yes Bank as a good opportunity for the upcoming time. You may have a good future with the Yes Bank, yet the growth rate may surprise you once it achieves its initial target of 20 to 25 rupees. But till the time, we all need to wait. So I hope you like this video. Please support me.